Hey guys, what's going on? It's Louie here, and welcome to a brand new VOD review. I apologize in advance if my voice sounds a little bit off. I am currently very sick with a sore throat, and I'm just getting my voice back, so yeah, it might sound a little bit weird, but I'm off from work for the next couple weeks as I transition to a new job, and I have the itch to keep making content for the channel, so I figured I'd go ahead and knock one of these out. However, I'm not going to be doing any fancy editing for this. I'm literally just going to record it, cut the video up, upload it, and be done with it. But with that out of the way, we're going to be taking a look at a match from Michael Yip from England. Now, Michael is using the Nitaku Fastart G1 rubbers on both sides with the Stiga Carbon Cyber Shape racket. So very standard setup, no complaints from me there. Rating is, looks like a higher ELO player, advanced level, 18 to 1900 USATT. Looking to improve footwork around the table, transferring from forehand to backhand, and vice versa. I also want to be able to get back into good ready position after receiving the ball. I've noticed that my serve return is relatively weak, which allows the opponent to get in with a strong attack, especially on the forehand side. Finally, I would like to increase my overall win percentage. Practice frequency looks decent, 2 times per week, 2 hours per day, practicing serves and footwork with a coach, which is great. Feel a lot more stable now, and my serves are not drifting as high or long. I've been playing table tennis on and off since I was 14 as a junior. I've never had consistent coaching, currently mid-table in the top division of the local league. Alright, that all sounds good to me, so let's go ahead and take a look. Grayish blue shirt starting on the far side. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Our protagonist is on the far side of the table, like he mentioned, in the bluish-gray shirt. I'm not going to be quite as talkative as I normally am because of my voice, but I'll point out things as I see them. But yeah, enjoy the video. Okay. Okay, so let's look at these two serve receives again. This is the first one. Now, this first serve comes long, but it doesn't come very long. And I don't think that you even had the idea in your head that you might be able to pick this serve. It looks almost like immediately your first idea is to come in and push, which you do, and then it's not a very good push. Also, your finger is in a really bad spot when you play this short return. Look at where your finger comes on the racket. So it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. And then I don't know if you see it, but your finger starts to come up the paddle as you go in to play this short push, and you're actually losing stability and control when you push like this. So this is a really bad habit. But anyway, biggest issue is this is a long ball, but you don't recognize it. And then you come into push, and the push is high. Now, this second serve he does is short, so I'm not so disappointed in the fact that you push, but what I would like to see is more, I guess, a later recognition that it's short. Your first idea should be to loop, and then it should be like, oh crap, I can't loop, then you come into push. But instead, the idea that this serve has the potential to drift long isn't even on your mind. So it's just a straight push all the way. And again, it's a little bit high, which I can't see it, but my guess would be is your finger is too far up the paddle. It's fine. You're a little bit tense on the shots. But it's not bad. It happens. That's fine. Silly mistake. Again, it's hard to see from this perspective, but my intuition says that that serve can be hit. And maybe it was going to be short. Who knows? But my intuition says you could have let that ball bounce and tried to loop it. But that type of shot wasn't even in the back of your mind. You were straight up pushing this serve no matter what. And so you were at the mercy of his spin. If it wasn't quite what you were expecting, you're going to pop the ball up and let him attack. On another note, I really don't think this serve is legal. It's borderline, but very nice counter loop. Again, it's a little tense, but not bad. They're just a silly mistake. Yeah, same. You put yourself in a position where you could have won that point, as in you're all right in the rally. However, pay attention to the serve. This one for sure. I'm very confident that this ball could have been hit, and instead you're just straight up pushing and giving him a lot of control over the outcome of the point, because at this point, if he plays a good shot, it doesn't matter how good you are, he can win the point. And then again, you have a really big issue with your finger coming off the paddle. This is a bad habit that we have to cut out. Your finger is fine in the ready position. I'm sure at the level you're at, you know that this is a bad habit, but maybe you don't notice that you do it in the rally still. But this is really, really bad. So we definitely want to cut this out. And then when you miss, I think you're just tense. It almost looks like you're death gripping the paddle, like squeezing it as hard as you can as you play the loop. You need to be relaxed. Relax your shoulders. Be smooth. Be fluid as you play that shot. Yeah. But of every point you've lost, you've missed 2 serves. You've made a silly mistake. You haven't really lost any points yet. You've just made silly mistakes. Same. You're making it too difficult on yourself. You're pushing a serve that could be hit, and on top of that, the push is not good. This is not a push. This is a put your paddle in the way and keep the ball on the table. If you're gonna push, then push. Cut it with some underspin. Bring it very deep into the corner. Be like, hey, bro, this is my heaviest underspin. Show me what you got. Prove to me that you can loop this ball. Or push wide out to the forehand and be like, hey, let me challenge your forehand. I bet your forehand's trash. So let me. No, I'm not actually saying that. I'm just saying, like, that's the mindset you have to have. Is if you're gonna push. Put some underspin on the ball. Show me what you got. Not just a dink over the net. Because then you're putting the point in his hand, and you're forcing yourself to play at a 2200 level where you want him to loop, and then you're gonna try and counter loop this ball. It's just too difficult. Yeah, like that one, there's no excuse. You're good in the rallies. Like, your shots are fine. You're a little tense, but look at where this serve comes. And you're immediately ready to push. But that one is so far off the side of the table that there's no excuse for the push. My mouse is dying. It's fine. Very nice serve. Yeah, very nice again. See if I notice anything else. Yeah, same. Your forehand is nice. Your backhand is nice as well. I'm sure if it was just like an open rally, you probably win 90% of the time. But your push is very weak when you're doing it. And a lot of the time it shouldn't be a push. That was fine. That's just a shot you can groove in practice, but that was a good miss. Wow, that's really bad. No, that has to be hit. You know it. That's fine. It happens. But I can tell you know that that was wrong. Much better, much better. But your finger again is really bad. You're losing too much stability on your shot with your finger up here. We gotta bring it back down to right here. So that's gonna be in your notes for sure. Too passive. Long serves, they need to be hit. Maybe. Yeah, it's just too passive. It's backwards. The mindset should be ready to hit and ready to attack until you realize you can, and then you push. Not ready to push and then you think, oh, it's actually attackable, and then you go to attack. Because otherwise you get stuck in this exact situation. And I'm sure you know how to play the shot. Like, I'm sure if I said, okay, I'm going to play a long topside ball right here that you can attack, you'd be able to hit it. But because it's random, you're not picking it up. The mindset has to be that you're ready for that type of ball first, and then react to the ones you can't hit, not the other way around. There's no way that serve is legal. Yeah, your return there was good, but there's no. Yeah, that's. if I'm umpiring this game, I'm faulting that serve. Very nice, very nice. However, it's inexcusable that you won this game 11-8. This should have been 11-4 or 11-5. if you had played a little bit more optimally. But anyway, I'll keep watching. I might not need to watch much more if it's just the same stuff, but I'll watch at least the full second game, and then we'll go from there. It's nice, very nice backhand. That's fine. No complaints from me there. Yeah, same. You won the point, and again, this ball ideally needs to be hit. That is top side, and it's high. You can slap that ball, like literally slap it, and you'll probably win the point. But fine, you decide to push, but if you're gonna push, then push. Like, this is a chicken wing, dig the ball over the net to put it on the table. This is not a push. This is a, I hope that he makes a mistake. So it's not the approach that you want on the receive. That's fine. You've been getting away with a lot of long serves, so I'm not complaining, but if you get to a point where he's hitting all of them, I would want to see you adjust. But for now, it's fine. You're winning the point. That's fine. It's very good. Yeah, it's the same. And the other issue is you haven't recognized it. Maybe because you're winning, but you have to recognize this by 1.5 games in, because it's the same pattern over and over again of, okay, where is he serving most of the time, and what am I making a mistake on most of the time? And it's always this serve out to the forehand that you need to wait on to see if it's hittable, which you're not doing, and then you're getting caught pushing either topspin balls or long balls and putting all of the point in his hand. So very, very important. That's fine. That's very good. Right approach, I couldn't see, but my intuition says you're probably death gripping the paddle there, or that you're very tense on the shot. So again, relax. You can hold the paddle strong if you want to, but you shouldn't be death gripping it. You shouldn't be squeezing the life out of your handle. Nice and relaxed, nice and fluid on the shots. Very nice. That was good. That was absolutely perfect. That was really, really nice. Hey, there we go. However, that one was more obvious, which I think is why you ended up hitting, but that's the approach you need on the ones that are less obvious as well. You should start with that mindset and only push if you have to. Yeah, that's fine for now because you have such a big lead, but it's not a high, even though you're winning, it's not a high probability combination because you're forcing yourself to play counter loop, which is a very advanced shot, when you could just serve a little bit shorter and then get a loop against underspin, which is much easier and has a much higher conversion rate. That's fine. Luckily, your shots are good and your blocks are good, but really you should have attacked first there. Because when you attack first, you're winning and you're connecting on most of the shots. Nice! That's fine. That's fine. Just for reference, next time, please cut out all the dead space between the points. It's fine. I wasn't paying attention. Let me see where you finish. You're coming across your body a little bit, but it's fine. It's mainly that you're tense, and because you're tense, you're not brushing enough and getting topspin. You're trying to kill the ball. Actually, the way he loops is very good. If you look at the way he loops, it's not perfect, but he's got like that smooth brush contact on the ball. That's the type of contact that you want on these shots. Very smooth, fluid, brush the ball. It should be a very fine contact, not a clunky smack through the ball. But I'll watch a little bit more. Yeah, next time please cut all this out. Right idea. The approach there was fine. You're missing there because you haven't tried that shot enough, but that approach was very good. That's fine. The push was a lot better there as well. You actually pushed with some purpose. It's also fine. Yeah, I can't comment much on your serves and your attack off of the serve because he's missing so many of them. So it's hard for me to kind of gauge anything specific in this match. But I mean, you're playing well. That's just tentative. Very nice push. I like that better, but do that more. Like that idea that you had, where there you actually like dig it a little bit. You give it some backspin. You need to do that, but like times 3. Because right now it's landing here. And you need to do that shot where it lands here. And then he will be tied in knots and will have absolutely no chance. Yeah. And again, your finger needs to be fixed. Alright, I think I've seen enough. Alright, I got my notes for you. And the good news is these are relatively easy issues to fix. It's kind of things that maybe you didn't notice yourself, so you should be able to fix this stuff relatively quickly and then come back for a second match review and I'll focus on more aspects of your game. But overall, your level is very good. Your game is good, so I would think after fixing this that your standard should jump up quite a bit. But firstly and most importantly, you need to be ready to attack way more on the serve receives. The mindset should always be that you're attacking the ball until you realize that you can, and then you switch to the push. You don't want the mindset of being always ready to push and then suddenly realizing you can attack and making an unforced error or a weaker push because of that. Then when you do end up pushing, push. Chisel the balls. Make them deep. Make them spinny. Aim for the corners. Aim for the last inch of the table. You should have that show me what you got sort of mindset. No more dinky shots that are just aiming to land kind of somewhere on the table. Push with some purpose. Give these shots quality. And one, it'll make your opponents, it'll force more errors out of your opponents when they try to loop. And a lot of your opponents will just not even try to loop those balls and will end up pushing back and give you the opportunity to attack. Last couple things. Keep your index finger down on the forehand. Your index finger is sliding up the rubber, which is causing your forehand specifically to lose its stability. And just relax on your topspin balls. Make sure that you're not death gripping the paddle. Keep the motion consistent every shot with a nice fluid follow through. As a left-handed player on the forehand, you should be finishing by your left eyebrow every time. Other than that, the only other comment I might have, which I'm not going to type in the notes, is just you had a couple points where you pushed like 3 or 4 balls in a row where you really should have attacked, but I'm sure you know that already. But anyway, that's going to do it for this match review. To everyone watching at home, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a big thumbs up. And to Michael, I hope this is helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, but you've got a lot of potential to improve fast. So best of luck to you. And again, thank you everyone for watching, and until next time.